Hello again, ladies and gentlemen. In this video, I want to go over the actual assignment for today. And so let me go ahead and share my screen. And so in the previous video, we learned about the two different types of accounts, checking accounts and savings accounts. We learned that our main account is a checking account, and that's what we can use our debit card for to access that money. We learned that a savings account is where you can store your money for longer periods of time, and that's beneficial because the bank will reward us with interest. We learned about the three terms: withdraw, deposit, and transfer, and we are going to be using those terms right now. In fact, if you go into your textbook, and feel free to pause this video as you do so, you can see in number 7 is the only one that we need to do in our assignment today. Well, not the only one, but the first one that we need to do. And so if you open up your textbook and your Schoology submission, you will find this table. And at first glance, this may seem like a lot. Like, what is going on here? It may seem confusing, but it's actually quite simple. In fact, ladies and gentlemen, it really is just, this is called balancing your checkbook. Okay, you're like, okay, what does that mean? Well, ladies and gentlemen, let's start with this term right here, balance. Balance simply means the money. Think of that as the money that you actually have available to you in the bank. Okay, that is the difference of, well, just think of it as the money inside the bank. That's how much money you have available to you. So let's suppose that you have $287.95 available to you in the bank. Okay, so what's going to happen to that? Well, we're going to work downward. Okay, we're going to work downward. Okay, so notice that this March 1st, that's the first event that we're going to take into account. All right, and we're going to go down the line. We're going to see what happened in March 1st, and then what happened in later March 8th, and then in March 12th, and then in March 18th. We're simply taking an account as or a record of what is happening. So, for example, we start with $287.95, and then what happened in March 1st? Well, there was an allowance. Okay, do you get an allowance? An allowance is your parents give you money, or think of it as getting paid, or you're given money, right? So what's going to happen to your balance? Is balance going to increase? Is it going to go up, or is it going to decrease? Is it going to go down? Well, of course, it's going to go up, because you're going to take that allowance and you are going to deposit. Notice that it is in this column. You're going to deposit that money. Okay, deposit means you're going to put it into the bank. So what's going to happen to your balance? Well, it's going to increase. So you're going to get the $287.95, and all you need to do, guys, is add those $12. Notice, ladies and gentlemen, that I am lining up the decimals. It is very important that you line up the decimals. Okay, ones with ones, tens with tens. So that's going to leave me with $299.95. All right, so my new balance after this, so my allowance, I deposited, and now I have $299.95. Easy. All right, so what happens the next time that there's money into or out of our account? Well, you wrote a check, okay? A check, yes, back in the day we used to use checks. Think of it as using your debit card, okay? A check gives somebody access to your account, except you do it with a note. Okay, like, hey, you can use this, you can take out money from my account. That happened in March 8th, and there was a class trip. And in that class trip, obviously you're going to spend money. And notice that this is in the withdraw column. We have $15 in the withdraw, meaning you took out $15 from your bank account. So what's going to happen to $299.95? Well, we need to subtract $15. All right. And by doing so, well, let's subtract it, right? 5 minus 0 is 5, 9 minus 0 is 9. 9 minus 5 is 4, 9 minus 1 is 8. So that leaves me now with a new balance of $284.95. And that's precisely what you're doing, ladies and gentlemen, during this table. Okay, so we're done with this row. So let's go on to the next row. And notice that the next row, the next time that you add or subtract money from your bank account, is now March 12th. And now you go to High Five Sports. You use your debit card, and now there's $26.77 is withdrawn, because you spend that money. You spend that money at the sports store. So what are you going to do? Are you going to add or subtract them? All right. And that's going to give you a new balance. So each time you add or subtract money, that's going to affect your balance. Notice that next. you actually work, you're babysitting, and because you babysit, they give you money and you deposit to $24 of that money into your bank account. So again, what's going to be your new balance? So on and so forth. So again, ladies and gentlemen, you start with a balance, and whether you either earn or you spend money, you're either going to deposit or withdraw money, and each time it's going to be affecting your balance all the way until you get to the last one, and you're going to have a final balance down here. Now, I do encourage you to work with the people around you as you do this. Make sure that you get to the same balance each time. Don't wait until the very end. And after you do so, ladies and gentlemen, there's going to be a few more questions that you're going to answer about this chart, really, this chart. So pay attention to whether you use a check or whether a debit card was used. Pay attention to the amount of deposits and the amount of withdrawals, and obviously pay attention to the final balance. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope that you found this video helpful. And with that in mind, I will see you next time.